been a little while since I played, but my old gang is getting back together. Well, a few of them. There was a bunch of infighting, accusations, and eventual mutiny at the top, which took down my first community, and then the second community went quite well. But everyone got a little busy with the IRL apocalypse, and so there wasn't much time for gaming apocalypse. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, this is really a terrible game. On multiple levels, it's badly designed to start off with, and very buggy. Oh no, it's going to be nighttime soon. That's not good. Oh, and there's somebody shooting, so that's also not good. Off to a good start. So what was I saying? Yeah, it's poorly designed, very buggy. It's very hard to play. It has basically no purpose to it. And what else? It's soul crushing. I mean, the main sort of difficulties about this game are when it's on a 100 square kilometer map, right? And when you die, you just start again on the beach, which is where I just started, because I've just joined this server for the first time. And you lose everything, and you start again. And that can be, at times, weeks after you... Why though? That can be weeks after you, started playing. So, as opposed to Call of Duty and games like that, where you play for a little bit and then, die 27 times and then just keep respawning. This is not a game like that. This is a game where you break your back for often days at a time, only to be eaten by a wolf or killed by another player, or just fall down a cliff face and die. It really is the definition of relentless and unrewarding. So why am I playing it, you might ask? Ooh, a sickle. I've never seen one of them before. There's a few new mods. I like the look of this sickle though, that looks deadly. I'm going to put that down there. The reason I've been playing it for about 5 or 6 years. I'm still terrible at it. I feel like I'll never get good at it, because there's nothing really to get good at. I mean, you can get good at shooting other people, but that happens actually quite rarely when you're me anyway. So it's just this sort of pointless survival game. And what is the point of survival? I think it highlights that quite well. Now, there is a little bit of a reason to play this particular server. The reason to play this server is that, and we've just started, some of the remnants from the old gang are getting on here, and this server is quite interesting because they have opened up with very limited weapons being spawned for the next 2 or so weeks. So you can only get rifles at the moment, and then in a couple of, and lots of building supplies, so you can start building bases. That's a zombie over there. There's another one over there, another one over there. Wouldn't mind trying out this sickle actually, because I've never seen a sickle before. So let's see how they go on a zombie. They're coming for me. The other ones are coming too. So the zombies are pretty deadly. Fighting 3 zombies at once is not a great idea. Okay, so this is... I could easily die here if I can carve these guys up. This sickle is pretty handy though. Come on. Come on, took ages to die. Okay, now you can see down the bottom left-hand corner I'm bleeding. So I have to get a rag. See if there's any other zombies around. So at the moment my position is down on the coast on the edge of this 100 square kilometre map. And my situation is fairly dire. I'm just going to check. I mean, your situation's always dire at the beginning, and remains dire pretty much. But right now, I'm low on the bottom right hand. You can see I'm low on drink. I wonder if this has got water or gasoline in it. Nope, it's got gasoline in it. I'll hang on to it for a second, just in case I find a car, which is unlikely. Now, I don't really want to fight any more zombies right now because my clothes kind of got tore up before, and I don't have anything to fix them with yet. And also nighttime is coming, which makes things a little difficult. So you can hear me groaning away in pain. What I need to find is a bunch of clothes that I can turn into rags so that I can make some torches to survive the night. Whoa, there's clouds making things dark. There's some rags. Oh no, that's a hunter's jacket. Okay, I can only take that to my hands because I'm holding this stupid thing, so I'm going to drop that, grab that, grab that. It's a little bit of a race against the sunset here. There's a little pistol there. It's a bit of a pea shooter. Have to hit someone about 75 times to do anything damage with that thing. So what I'm doing now is just rushing around. Oh, that's a combination lock. Also not high on my list of things that I need right now. But I'm going to put this in my hands. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the axe in my hands for now. Boy, this sun is setting quickly. Okay, there's some nails. They'll be useful for building. So the other friends of mine are tens of kilometers away anyway. And they are heading towards a place that we've decided we're going to build our base. But there's a lot of work to do before I can even start thinking about that. Right now, my aim is to get a torch going. Zombies. Here it comes. And B, to work out where I am, because I need to find me a fountain. I do have a bottle of water, but the water can sometimes be infected. So it's best to tip the water out and fill it up at a new fountain. Oh boy, more zombies. I really need to, what I'm looking for right now is a bush that I can get a stick from. And if I can get a stick, hi buddy. If I can get a stick, then I can make a torch. Because I've got, oh, it's getting dark quickly. And I got damaged again. I've got to drop the hatchet because I don't have any room to hold it. Alright, this isn't great. So, welcome to this game. As you can see, I've done next to nothing. I'll try and find my way to this house. Okay, so I can... I've got a couple of these glow sticks. Turn on. Oh, somebody's out there still shooting into the night. And I can attach it to my bag. So that gives me a little bit of light. Got to find this. Where is a bush? My god. I've never had so much trouble finding a bush before. There's got to be one around here somewhere. Alright. Ooh, what's this? That sounds like 2 zombies. Possibly a third. Oh, that's alright. It's already damaged me straight off the bat. Okay, I don't want to have this fight. Because I'm now bleeding twice. And I'm losing energy fast. Oh god. Okay, I'm actually going to blame this one on the ping, personally, because I'm taking hits that are not even near me. So I'm going to die. And that, my friends, is DayZ. You are dead. Now, the number of times I've seen that screen is significant. And the number of times I'll see it again is also significant. It's just the way it goes. So here we are, start again, with nothing but an apple and a rag. And this time it's night time, which is quite a bright night. It's a full moon, so that's something. So this is an American server, and I've got a pretty good ping on my internet connection, but definitely in that situation I was getting hit by things that were not right next to me. Which is not ideal, because if that continues, it will make it very difficult to play this game. But I'm also downloading a lot of stuff right now, so that could be it. I'm downloading. I decided to expand my hard drive capacity by just plugging in a USB drive. Oh, there's some shots. And that's meant that I can download my whole library of games. See, that's not a good sign. Those doors. Oh no, that's not too bad. The speed at which the doors open can sort of reflect on your ping. A bag, very good. So now I can chuck that thing on my bag. I don't have to hold it anymore. Let's have a little look up here. Of course, there's people running around out there with guns, and having the red thing clipped to me makes me just a little running target. But I'm just going to put that to the back of my mind for now. So the problem here is that obviously you can't see the zombies. If you crouch, you can limit their ability to see you. You can fight the zombies with your hands. But really once you get to, as we saw before, 3 or so zombies on you, there's not much hope for you. 3, you know, 3 you can deal with. There's some netting that's useful for making camouflage for a rifle, if I ever survive long enough to get one. This full moon's good. I'm liking this full moon. But I'm back to scrounging about. There'll probably be nothing in there. Sometimes you can use that to store stuff in, but nobody's going to be storing any stashes this far down the coast right now. So I'm just kind of running along with want and abandon here. Check these apple trees. See if there's any fruit. Unlikely, because the server is fairly busy. Oh, that's okay. Nighttime doesn't last too long. So that's nice. That's something. Oh yeah, chuck a hat on. Why not? I'm going to put away my my glow stick because I don't want to stand out like a sore thumb. Especially since I'm running towards the place where the shots are coming from, so that's not great. Not a great idea. Look at that moon low in the sky. How pretty. Okay. Let's see what I can see. Hunter jacket. The white hunter jacket. Yeah. It's I mean, it looks good, but it's really not. It's not great for your camouflage stakes. Splitting axe. Wonderful. So you can do quite a bit with the splitting axe, including chopping up the zombies in one go. Does some pretty serious melee damage. I could go and chop up this chicken, but I don't have a knife to make it into food. So a lot of this game is about crafting and knowing what things you need to do different stuff. So the initial learning curve has to be quite steep in this game because it's very hard to survive without knowing some basic stuff. YouTube has obviously all of that stuff on it. And there's a pretty good thing called a DayZ Wiki, which is fairly handy. You can hear that chicken. It's just no good to me right now. You're no good to me, little chicken. It really depends on the setting of the server as to whether the multivitamins do anything. But, oh, have I already been here? Oh no. Let's have a look at these. So checking the condition of things. So they're hiking boots. I'm going to put my sneakers away. Chuck my hiking boots on because they're a little bit hardier. It's quite good to hang on to a second pair of shoes though. Oh, where was I going? Let's go down here. Because your shoes do wear out after a bunch of running. So you can see that message at the bottom of the screen is saying to get bases built because they're going to start dropping automatic rifles in 10 days. What's that thing? Just a glitch in this poorly made game. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna drink that because my food and water isn't great. RN. Trail shoes. I mean, I assume trail shoes are better than the sneakers, so I don't know, that's unconfirmed. But I'm going to give it a shot. Okay. Two radiators together. So I guess there's lots of car parts spawning by the looks of things. Oh, that was just a glitch. I mean, ideally I shouldn't really be running everywhere because it uses more food and water, but I'm impatient. And I would like to get off the coast and get on with my life. Grab that rice. Ooh, hunter backpack, nice. Just a little bit less obvious than the old red Marin backpack. And here we go. I'm going to chuck this motorbike helmet on because that protects my head from various grievous harm. So you can see that my water and my food are slowly improving. It's a constant battle to keep your water and food on the up. Oh, this is one of the new theme park Ferris wheels over here. A game where almost nothing ever happens. You get excited about such things. Although I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm mildly interested by the theme park, at best. Okay, some more pants, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up all these clothes soon and do a few things like make some rags. But I'm going to chuck these on because they're a little bit more camo-y. So I'm going to make some rags, and then out of rags you can make Or you can use the rags to bandage yourself, and you can make rope. Rope is useful for a few things. You can use rope for making a fishing rod, rope and a stick, and a fish hook. Oh, hunter pants. I'll go those. They don't usually spawn on the coast, so I guess they've changed the spawns to add a few things like that down here you wouldn't usually get. Some planks. It's kind of fun. Gaffer tape, very useful for fixing up shit. So as stuff wears out, you can use the gaffer tape to fix it. It's interesting that planks are spawning. I guess that's in order that you can build your base more easily. Burlap sack. So the burlap sack can be combined with that netting to make a ghillie gun wrap. And if you have more of those components, you can do things like make full ghillie suits. I am gonna, if those are in good condition, I'm gonna ditch my trail shoes and hang on to this as my second pair. Oh, I haven't got enough room. Alright, well now's as good a time as any to do my rag chopping. So I'll just duck in here to avoid being surprised by another player or a zombie. What I'm going to do is grab this axe. I'm just going to start chopping up these rags. So this is thrilling viewing now. Just watching me chop up rags. But it's an important part of the game. So I tend to always want about 12 rags at any one time. Can also combine that burlap sack with a rag, with rope and a stick, and it will make a pretty sweet backpack. Why isn't that letting me make rags? Oh, it's a hunter's jacket. I might turf that. Never really understood the white hunter's jacket. What about this? Right. I'll make this into rags. Yep, chop those up. Oh, that sounds like it could be a player. Could be a zombie. Add a bit of a player vibe to the sound. Just make sure I've got that splitting axe at the ready. So now what I'm going to do is combine all these rags so they don't take up too much space. You can have 6 rags at any one time. Sort of in the same pile, I should say. So, probably still not going to make my rope yet. I don't really need it anyway. Oh, what the hell. While I'm busy doing the boring stuff, I'll make my rope. Okay. So, slowly building up a basic supply of things that will allow me, because what I'm pretty much doing is getting myself ready to do an inland run to try and get to where everybody is building their base, building our base, which we've only got 10 days to build. Okay, so this has got 80 slots, so I'm actually going to ditch the hunter backpack, which only has 63 slots. And it's a shame because this backpack doesn't look as cool, but it's got 80 slots. So what are you going to do? What was that thing? Some subsonic rounds, which will be... Oh wait, 9 by 19. Oof, what is that noise? No, 9x19 is just pistol rounds. Subsonic is 9x39. Ooh, a Tundra. Okay, well this is an excellent gun. I don't have any ammo for it right now. I like that helmet better than this one. It's a bit more camo-y. I'm going to grab this because I still could do with some more rags. So I like to have 2 lots of 6 rags. Alrighty, raincoat, no. Don't bother. I'm just crouching as I run across the street because there's a few zombies hanging around. And I'm not in the mood right now. What are those? Assault boots. Sweet. Can do. Hunter jacket, nice. So I'm getting my camo on. Needs a bit of repair though. See how it's all kind of... Oh no, maybe not. I think it's in good condition. No, I always think those need repair when they don't. Okay, pick up all my stuff out of the other jacket. That's a classic mistake. Is to drop clothes and forget to pick up your shit out of them. And then several minutes later, remember that you did indeed have stuff that was in the bag. So look, I'm feeling fairly confident now. But that's a dangerous way to feel, obviously, in this game. I don't need this balaclava, because... Well, maybe I'll hang on to it. Just in case, when I get a helmet, like a proper army helmet, then I can look pretty gangster. I thought that was a wolf noise, but it's somebody vacuuming. When you hear those wolves howl, you gotta hide. I mean, there are people that can deal with them. Somebody else on my team is pretty good at it. She's a bit of a wolf gangster. But battery, that's good. I'm gonna make one more lot of rags, and then I will have reached my quota of 2 lots of 6. Oh no, not quite. I could do with one more rag. Oh no, there we go, 6. So I've got 2 lots of 6 rags. So at the moment, I've got some assorted ammunition for guns that I don't have. Oh no, that's 380 rounds for this. That doesn't have a clip, so it's kind of useless. I've got some 9mm, I've got some shotgun ammo. Only a few bullets though, so this is one thing that really sets it up apart from other games. In that, you know, I've got half a dozen shots, and it takes ages to load it. So it just really isn't a run and gun kind of game. It's I don't know what kind of game it is. Survival, I suppose, is the way they describe it. Go and check this supermarket out. So on these different modded... Oh, it's not a supermarket, it's an office building. On these different modded games, these modded servers, they can change where things spawn in and how many zombies there are and sort of other... Why can't I jump out that window? Other things like that. So I'm in a big city here, which is a place where a lot of people spawn. So it's not unlikely I'll run into someone. Heard some shooting before. So you can see a lot of this game, especially in the early stages, is just running around looking for shit. Or just running, because I've got a long way to go. I've got maybe 6 kilometers or something that I'm going to have to run in order to find the place where everyone's going to build this base. So that's a considerable distance. I chuck these other boots. Wait. No, I didn't have any other boots. Alright. So now I've got 2 lots of assault boots. And that is enough shoe rubber to get me where I'm going. Actually, you know what? There is a water fountain over here. I know that much about this town. So I'm going to go and fill myself up with water. And I might use this moment to have a bit of food. I usually take these guys out with one hit when they're on. Oh no. Take that. So I just happen to know there's a water fountain here. One of the few things I can remember. This will take a little while, but I basically want to drink. Down the bottom left, bottom right, you can see my water will start going up. Oh my god. Why though? And I'm going to keep going until the full stomach icon appears. And that is when you have... why is it doing that? That's new. Maybe it's because of this hat being annoying. Take that hat. I'm going to put that hat over here. So of course, drinking fountains are quite dangerous places to be because quite often scurrilous bandits will just camp the drinking fountain, especially on the coast. Because even if they have to wait 15 or 20 minutes, they might get somebody who's already collected a bit of stuff, as I have. I haven't got anything great, but I've got a, I've got a little bit smattering of gear, which just means that they've got a little head start. So sometimes you'll find what's called a freshie, which is a fresh spawn, hanging around somewhere like this, just trying to jump you. There's a zombie over there. So I could probably, before I start my inland trek, I could probably do with a little more food. I can fill up on water. It'd be good to have a water container as well that I could fill up. But just depends how long I want to run around looking for shit, because it gets a little old. But all this drinking will fill me up with water for a while, so I shouldn't have to worry about that for a bit. And I've got a packet of rice. That will also do the trick. So I could move to an inland town and keep searching there. I'd love to find some ammo and a hunting scope for this rifle that I picked up, because it's a really good gun, especially at distance. So we'll see how that works out. Well, I haven't been jumped by anyone yet. Okay, there we go. Got the full belly sign. And I grab the food. Chomp a bunch of that down. If you eat too much... Oh, got a full tummy. If you eat too much and drink too much, so that's because I don't know why rice gives you... adds to your water. It's a bit weird. Sometimes worth just attacking the zombies because they can have cans of food on them. And that's sort of what I want. Although, I mean, I've got the rice. Just keep a multivitamin pill going down there. On the right hand side you can see I'm under the influence of multivitamins. Okay, so what you can see is I can, hang on, I can combine the netting and I can cut this up into strips. No, that's not enough. I don't know. Maybe I need 2 lots of burlap strips or something. I thought 1 was enough. What I was trying to do there was create a there's a can of Coke in there. I was trying to create a ghillie wrap for my gun. But my problem with my character at the moment is it's looking a little bit it's looking pretty camouflagey. Got a gun on his back, and it's really not a reflection of how dangerous I am, because A, the gun doesn't have any bullets in it or a scope on it, and B, I'm a pretty shit player. So I often wonder whether it would be better to be dressed in dumber clothing so that people didn't think that I was dangerous, or realised that, because I'm not dangerous, realised how undangerous I am. But once I'm out of the city, being camouflaged is of use. Sit down. See if that zombie had any food. No. Patrol jacket. Yeah, I don't mind the patrol jacket. It's a little bit lighter in colour. No, I'm going to stick with the hunter jacket. I don't know if the patrol jacket has a different, like, armor value, but have 1 comment from 1 person. 2 comments. What the? Let's have a look. How do I see the comments? I always forget how to do this because I'm doing it on the phone. I always forget how to do this. Now I'm, because I'm doing it on the phone. Oh my god, it's going to feed back. Hey, it's Featherboy. Hey, it's Minx. Okay. Yes, Feather. So these are the 2 people that I am playing with, and they are a long way away from me. And yes, I am at Cherno, so I will start heading there soon. That uses Winchester rounds. Yeah, so I'll start my inland run pretty soon. Ideally, I would have a water container and a little more food, but that's okay. The apocalypse isn't always ideal. I don't know what the car situation is. Not sure if there's many car parts around. Or there are car parts around, but I mean car chassis. So I've got a little bit of 762 now. That's handy. Just kind of grinding on that food at the moment. I don't have a knife to chop up any chickens. Some more ammo for a gun I don't have. Always handy. I'm quite partial to the boonie hat, but for the moment I'm just going to stick with my helmet because helmets protect the noggin. So these fruit trees generally will have been picked clean. On the coast because the server is quite busy. And I've really been pretty lucky so far in that I haven't run into anyone dangerous, or anyone at all for that matter. Because I can't do much. I could have a good go at getting him with the axe if things went south, but any armed person is really gonna own me. Alrighty. Wait. That's the direction I just came from. Alright, I'm going to start my run. I'm going to start my run north. Oh. What are we doing? Yeah, I've already got a mountain backpack. Hammer. I mean, I assume we already have a hammer up at the base. But what the hell? I really, really want a knife. Because once I have a knife, I can turn animals into food. Another hammer. I think one hammer's enough. Handsaw, you know, it's a useful building thing. Fortunately, the handsaw doesn't chop up the chickens. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. I'm pretty sure. I'm, let's say, 72% sure. So the long and boring run inland begins. Let's just have a look at how many people are online. A reasonable amount. Yep. So there's danger out there, that's for sure. So this is a first person shooter, first person server. You can quite often play on servers that have third person, which means you can see your character running in front of you. But I do prefer the first person. In third person you can use the camera to sort of peek over fences and around things without exposing yourself. And that, you know, that's a little dastardly, in my opinion. So the run north has begun to try and get up to the Wolf Swamp, as we're calling it. We're going to build our base on a wolf spawn in the middle of nowhere, with the hope that if anyone comes nearby, the wolves will eat them. The only downside to that plan is that the wolves could also eat us. So, you know, we'll give and take with this plan. Gloves. Do love some gloves. Look at that. Looks so profesh. Now, I don't know if these ever spawn with water in them, but you can tip it all out. You know what? I'm gonna get this because damn it, I dropped it. Dropped it before. That can be very handy on a server that has night. That said, the night only seemed to go for about 10 minutes. So it's not really really too much of a big deal. You can often just use the night to do a bit of admin. Cook up some food, if I ever find a knife. Gas stove. Ooh. More electrical tape, so that is good. Wait, is that... Yeah, I've got 2 rolls now. Sledgehammer's of course good for breaking people's base walls down, but I'm not allowed to do any base raiding on this server for another 10 days. I'm not entirely sure what... I think after that there's no offline base raiding or something. I need to wait and see what the rules are, but for the moment there's no base raiding and there's only very limited weapons, which is pretty interesting. Gives a bit of a focus to the building of bases and getting yourself ready for a bit more of a fighting period. The only reason I'm stopping to look for things is because I'd like a knife. That's all I really want. I'd like some ammo for this thing, but for this rifle, but I'm probably not going to find it, I'm guessing. More 7.62. Shovels are good, but I'm assuming we have a shovel, so shovels are good for burying stuff and also for building bases. Why don't I go have a look over here as well? More shotgun shells for a shotgun I don't have. Alright. Now I'm going to follow these power lines. I think that's what I'm going to do. Power lines are a good marker in the landscape because you can see them on the map. So if you get a bit lost, you can look up the power lines and kind of see where you're going. You can also use the sun. Not particularly good at that. Like, I'm not even going to try. It rises in the east, sets in the west, so for instance, looking down at the water, which is that way, it rises over there. It's going to set over there, so I know roughly... Ooh, knife. Wood. And I think I can... Yes, I can chuck it in my boots. No. It's not appearing. Did that knife just glitch out? Oh man, that is very disappointing. It made the sound of going into my boots. I might actually just jump out and restart because I would like to know if I have a knife. And when I put it into my boot, it appears to have disappeared. But I'd like to know if I have a knife because then when I hear a little chicken, I'll go and fillet it up, cook me some chicken steaks, which are extremely handy. Sometimes with this buggy game, you have to restart from time to time. Playing apocalypse games during the apocalypse is pretty funny. But no zombies walking the streets yet. None that I've seen. Although I've been in isolation for some weeks now because I'm looking after my father who's elderly, so I can't go out. Yep. Well, this is the long and boring trudge. It's times like this I'll sometimes rig up a rubber band to just make me run, and then I can go and do something else. Mind you, you always end up coming back dead because a zombie's got you or something. Probably shouldn't do it in the open. Might just have a little more rice. Just keep the food topped up. Where'd my rice go? Did I drop my rice? Oh Lord. Oh, and is my knife back? Oh, the knife is in the other shoes. Classic. I mean, I don't really know how to stop that. No, it's going back into those shoes. Well, that's just stupid and annoying. It almost makes me want to drop the other shoes, which, you know what, I'm going to do. So now if I equip the knife, it's in my shoes. Alright. And I've got it on my hot... Okay. I just heard a cow. Could possibly sneak up on a cow with my axe. You have to sort of run after them for a while. But that would give me a bounty of steaks. Giving out $100 US for the best base. We will not be contenders for that. There'll be some 24-hour demons who are just building. Now it's just knives everywhere, of course. So I could have kept those assault boots and put the knives, the other knife in there. Nails, always handy. Where was it going? Up the hill or down the hill? Up the hill, I believe. Is that a chicken I can hear? Sure is. Yeah, chick, 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 chick. Ooh. It's a rooster. Alright. Sorry, little guy. It's the apocalypse. You had to go. And that also means that I've got a fish hook, so I can do some fishing. I can make a fish hook by combining chicken bones and a knife. They break pretty quickly, so I'm going to make another one. But fish are good. Baked fish and roasted fish is fills you up and is quite good for you, just like IRL. I'm not sure what the stats are, but I feel like the cooked fish fills you up more than cannabis. There we go. Winchester rounds, very good. So I'm going to grab my Winchester rounds and get them out of their box. And then just stick them in my gun. Alright, so at least I have a fairly brutal weapon now, which I don't have hotkeyed, so that's not ideal. I can at least do some damage now if I can hit, which is my main problem. Oh, a cleaver. That's a tent there. It's a large tent. That's very handy. But I'm not going to carry that with me right now. Another knife, so there's just knives everywhere now. There's another chicken. The chickens do tend to hang around the houses. Could have sworn I heard another chicken. Nope. Alright, let's get out of here. Running across open ground. Pretty terrible idea. But what the hell? Haven't heard those cows again. You can hear some kind of zombie shrieking in the woods. Pretty terrifying sound. Yep, this kind of activity is what gets the name for itself of being a running simulator. It's just a lot of ground to cover. And what I was speaking about before with it being quite heartbreaking is you can see how long I've already spent just gathering up the small amount of rubbish that I've got. And I mean, anything could happen. I could come across another player or group of players any minute who have more weapons, or I don't even see them, and then that's it, dead, back to the beginning. So it really can be a soul-destroying game. Food's getting low, so the Coca-Cola, which is the game is called Not a Cola, works quite well for food as well as drink. But once you start to get your food and your drink out of whack, so you can see I've got plenty of drink and not much food, it can become a bit of a problem to use those. I haven't found a single piece of fruit yet. May as well have a look up here. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything. There isn't usually anything up here. But you never know with the boosted loot situation. Ah, bell exit. Okay, so now I grab my knife and I'm going to chop it up. Got another burlap strip to my name, and I'm going to combine it with that, and now I think I can make a gun wrap. Oh no, a ghillie hood. There we go. Just needed 2 lots of burlap strips. So now I'm starting to make myself look pretty profesh. And again, that's, I find, a dangerous proposition. Why isn't it letting me equip that? Maybe I have to drag it on, because buggy. There we go. So now I'm looking pretty gangster. But arguably too gangster for how gangster I actually am. There's some more netting. The good thing about the ghillie wrap and the ghillie stuff is that it really does reduce your visibility. It's pretty annoying having it flicking across my face like that though, gotta say. Whoa. Ah, that's a pig. We want that pig. Because pigs have fat, and the roasted fat is extremely powerful. Where are you, little fella? I wonder if there's one closer than that. Or is that the one I'm hearing? Now the only problem with firing the gun is that it attracts zombies. So I may have to kill the pig and then go back and lock the zombies in that place. But we'll just take our chances right now. I mean, come on. Tell me one shot from a tundra doesn't kill a pig. Okay, I've got one cut. Oh, it'd be handy if the fucking ghillie wrap wasn't going across my face the whole time. Maybe that's the end of them. Anyone else want a piece of this? No? Guess not. Well, 5 zombies, that's alright. Nobody's holding. Poor little piggy. But it's her or me. And we get all sorts of goodies out of a pig. Can hear another chicken nearby as well. So look at that, we get a whole bunch of pig steaks. Now we get a pig hide, but I'm not sure, I haven't played for a while, so I'm not sure whether that results in anything useful. And what's that? I think this might be useful for maybe making fires. Anyway, these things are of little importance to me right now. Where's that chicken? Hey, little fella. Poor little hen. Okay, now I'd say I will have enough food to be bothered cooking. Can also make some extra fish hooks. So where am I going to do my cooking? I think I'll do it in this house. I'm going to use the... Actually, no, I'm going to do it over here. So that the smoke will be a little bit more hidden. What I'm going to do... Ooh, more duct tape. How am I going on the bandages? 5 and 6, I'm alright on the bandages. Oh, there's a water bottle. That is good. So I'm going to make my fireplace and I'm going to stick it in here. So, first of all, chop up this bush. And that's good because it's given me the long stick that I need to cook my food on. So I'm just going to come in here and drop that. And then it's given me the short stick that I need to make a hand drill kit. Now I just need another stick. Just going to get with my bare hands. If you do that without gloves, you can get bleeding hands. I assume it damages my gloves. I'll have a look in a second. Where was that? There we go. So that long stick can be divided up into smaller sticks. In a moment. Now I need some bark. You know what? Let's not use the combat knife for that. Let's just use a good old-fashioned kitchen knife. I don't know why I'm making so much bark. Oh no, because I need both of those bits of bark. So I'm going to need one to make the fireplace and one to make the hand drill kit, which is how I'm going to light the fire. Now, I need some wood. To put in the fireplace. Oh wait, that's a log. And I'm going to use my handsaw. No, that makes a plank. That's no good. Saw wooden log. Yeah, that makes firewood, I'm pretty sure. I should know these things. But it has been a little while since I played, so that's my excuse. There we go. There's a bit of firewood. Where was it? Over here. Okay, now that's going to be heaps. I'm going to grab those last few sticks as well. Unfortunately, another great thing to have in this situation is a lockpick, because then you can lock the door while you're doing your cooking. You can close the door, which gives you a bit of time, but with the lockpick it takes them a while to break down the door, so you can be quite useful. That's a car tent, which is a massive thing. But again, there's not really a huge amount of point in me picking it up to like get up to near where our base is going to be, which I'm still a pretty long way away from. But this food's going to help. This will be enough food to get me there. This is going to be heaps of food. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Yes. See? Put my little fireplace in there. And then pick up these sticks. And I'm going to chuck them in as kindling. And I'm going to pick up my logs. Get my logs in there. What's that? I've got another comment, probably from one of my teammates. Okay, they're saying they are at the base. Excellent. The base being an unbuilt base that we haven't built yet. But they're the advanced party, which is very exciting. Oh, that's right, I can't add a log now because why? I think maybe... What? Does it have to be burning first? I didn't know that. Maybe I did know that. Okay, so now I make a hand drill kit, which is like a way to light the fire. Now I light the fire. Very cool. When you're a DayZ player, that's very cool. That sort of thing. It's not very cool if you're a Call of Duty player. It's very cool if you're a DayZ player. Why isn't it letting me put that log in there? Maybe it's because it's a fireplace in a kitchen? I don't know. I'm not going to overthink it. So, first thing I'm going to cook is the fat, because the fat is extremely high food value. So you can munch away on a piece of fat for quite some time. Pretty disgusting looking lump of shit, but be that as it may, it's tasty as hell, and it really fills you up. Just waiting for somebody to come along, because from the outside you can see smoke coming up the chimney, and anyone who might be happening by could see that as an invitation to come and take my shit, because I guess at the very least they know that I'm cooking something. So if they need some food, it'll just depend on how fast I can get my Tundra out. Put a few rounds in them. Actually, I still need to load another round back into that Tundra because I used 2 on the pig. It means I've only got 3 shots left in the breach. In the breach? In the clip, whatever. Doesn't really have a clip. I think it's the breach. So it takes a little while to do this shit, as you can see. And then the next step will be to find out what town I'm in. Find a sign. And that will, I can use that with the map, which is on my phone, to help me find out where there is a place to get some water. And then I'll go and fill up on water, and I'll fill up my water bottle, which does have water in it, but there's a chance that water could be polluted, so best not to take the risk. You can get chlorine tablets which clean the water, but I haven't got any of those right now. Okie doke. What if I can get... I still can't get another piece of firewood in there, which is very disappointing. It must need to run out a bit more, maybe. I'm gonna go with that. So this is enough food, I'd say, to get me... In fact, I know it's enough food to get me up all the way north to where our base is. And then I can set about helping the others build. And once you've got a base that you're all collaborating on, it's kind of fun. Our base is really out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by wolves, or the base that we will build. And from there we'll start collecting other stuff from the nearby towns. We'll build up a bit of stash of food, building supplies, but I'm not counting my chickens till they're hatched, as it were, because I've got a long way to go yet. There's plenty of zombies and bears and wolves. Are there bears on this map, or are they just in Livonia? There's another map called Livonia, which has bears. I'm pretty sure there are bears in this. So there's a lot of danger, and of course players. I'm gonna say I think the fires burn more efficiently if you do them in the fireplace. Because I'm pretty sure if this was outside, my fire would have run out of puff by now. It's going strong. Only one more to cook after this, and then I am on my way. Well, actually, I'm going to loot this town. See what I can find. I don't know what else I'm looking for. Maybe a few more rounds for this rifle. Maybe a shotgun for a bit of close range combat. But then I don't know what I'd be ditching. Don't want to ditch the axe. So we'll see. I haven't really done an audit of my bag for a while. So there might be some stuff I can chuck away. Probably don't need that hammer, for instance. This is particularly thrilling viewing. So if anyone comes across this clip in the distant future and decides to watch it, you'd have to be pretty weird to be enjoying watching this. But there are people out there. There are weird and wonderful people out there in the world of YouTube who just enjoy watching the weirdest things. And it's no weirder than actually playing this game, which is also pretty weird. But it really does get addictive for some reason. Just because it's so friggin' hard. Yep, one more piece. And I've got a little bit of work to do on my backpack, just getting rid of some shit, but I might get out of this house while I do it, because the smoke really gives you away. my little piggy. Oh no, there's another piece of chicken. So I've got quite a lot of food here. More than enough for my little journey. Starting to get a little bit hot. My heat thermometer indicator down there is showing a bit of a, well, it's starting to decrease now, but it was getting a bit hot when I was closer to the fire. Got to be careful of that. I feel like I'm too far away from the fire to be roasting, but I'm not going to argue. Okay, is that, no, more, yet more food to cook. My goodness. This is the last one, I think. Oh boy. This is A1 content. A1 gaming content. Filling up the YouTube servers with this brilliant game. I mean, how long have I been doing this? About 15 minutes now? Maybe 10? It's just, it's special stuff. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, I am aware that somebody could have seen the smoke and be camping me. I know it seems unlikely because I haven't actually seen anyone, but this is the thing about this game. Just when you think there's no one around, it's when you die. Okay, I'm going to make a run for it. So you'll be able to see the smoke coming out of the chimney. See that? It's not hugely visible. Zombie baseball. Just got to hit it just at the right point. Okay, I'm going to head down here into the forest and hide in a bush for a moment. So I'm going to do a few things. I'm just going to check on the clothes, see if they got damaged during any of those zombie fights. No, everything's looking good. Everything is pristine. Assault boots are looking good. And then I'm just going to combine a few bits of ammo just to take up less space. I've still got 3 there, so I guess didn't really do all that much usefulness. Oh, that's right, I've got to put okay, so I've got my 5 shots in there. Me little tundra. I mean, I'll hang on to some bones. So if the fancy takes me, I'm going to chuck that visor away for now. I'm going to chuck that away. Just in case for some reason I do find myself running out of food, which seems like Seems pretty unlikely, but I think it's worth hanging on to. Some fishhook making ability. So I'm just combining things as much as I can. So even just a few little munches on that fat fills you up pretty quickly. It is excellent stuff. Don't need... I've got 3 bottles of multivitamins. That's not necessary. So I'm going to chuck 2 of them. Keep myself multivitamined up. I still am not really clear whether that does much, but there is a bunch of stuff in this game that exists for basically no purpose. Okay. Alright. Now, let's go and work out what town I'm in. That ghillie wrap is super annoying. Here we go. This is a sign down here to the town, so I can work out where I am. Koyovka. Oh, look, I should know this by now. But I'm going to have to look it up in the map. And standing here out in the wide open is just a terrible idea. Why don't I lie down? What the hell? K-O... Kozlovka. Koj. That's right, the 3 looking thing is a J. Kozlovka. Kozlovka. The N looking thing is a L. Kozlovka. Okay, where is that? So, after all of that, I'm about a 1/6 of the way to where I'm going. That gives you an idea of the ridiculous size of this map. So that recognition of how utterly absurd this game is might be a good time to stop this riveting broadcast and I don't know, go and do something IRL with my Sunday. It is my turn to cook dinner tonight, so I might go and have a look into that. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. It's too early for dinner. Okay, I'm going to log off for a little bit now and jump back in for some more extremely exciting play later on. So, to all of my non-viewers, thank you and good night.